Our three, well, this is really my three favorite full feature flashes. And really, I only have kind of two favorites. I threw the Nikon in there just for, I don't know, giggles. And I want you all to know right now that my butt is exceedingly in pain because I've been sitting on this crazy uncomfortable stool for like 8 hours recording this. So hopefully you appreciate this workshop. If you do, write to me and say, Pi, it was well worth your butt. So my three favorite full feature flashes, starting out number one. And the whole reason why number one, the Phottix Mitros Plus, this guy right here. It's 400 bucks. And the reason that this is my favorite full feature flash is because you can get it for both Canon and Nikon systems. As other systems become more popular, I'm sure they're going to develop and create functionality for those as well, so you can get it for other systems too. But it's inexpensive, I mean, compared to the other options. This option is 500 bucks, this option is close to 550, and it doesn't even have as many features. So it's less expensive, but also it includes a built-in radio. So not only can, most flashes, like let's say the let's say the Nikon SB910, it can control off-camera flashes so long as they're within sight, basically. So long as it has infrared capability and it has that infrared visibility. With radio triggering though, like say via a Pocket Wizard, you can go out of sight. You can go 100 feet away, 200 feet away, whereas with infrared you're limited to say inside of a studio 10, 15 feet, and you have to have line of sight. Now, flashes like the Mitros Plus have a radio built in. And the other great thing is that this has a radio controller built in as well. So from the back of the flash, I can control up to 3 other off-camera flashes. In addition to all of the other full features that this has, I have fantastic flexibility between Nikon and Canon systems. I have a cheaper price, and it works very, very nicely. And that makes this my favorite full-featured just flash in general, especially talking about third-party flashes. Now, let's move to my second favorite, which I would say, to be honest, and let's take this mag mod off. People are going to think that the mag mod actually comes with the 600 RT, and it doesn't. It doesn't. It's a separate modifier, guys. This is what it looks like without it. So the 600EX RT, I love this flash. And to be honest, if money weren't really a factor, I would probably say that this is, well, if money weren't a factor and if you're shooting on Canon, I'd say that this is my favorite flash system because it has the same built-in radio trigger, but, well, it's not the same radio trigger, but it has its own radio triggering system, it has its own control system, and everything on the UI is just a little bit more refined. The entire flash is just a little bit more refined, but with that comes an additional $100 price tag. Now you might be saying, well, $100 if I'm buying one flash isn't that big of a deal, but when we get into Lighting 201 and Lighting 301, when we start using 2, 3, 4 off-camera flashes, well, buying 4 at 500 bucks ends up being $400 more than buying 4 at 400 bucks. And also you need to be on a Canon system to be able to get this to work with all of its functionality and all of its features. So while this is kind of my favorite overall, it's really more favorite just with no budget in consideration and kind of just thinking that we're only shooting on Canon. If you're looking for third party, if you're looking for compatibility and you're looking for performance and price, the Mitros Plus is the solid option. Now, I've thrown in here the Nikon SB910. If we were talking about this subject 2 years ago, before the 600EX RT came out, I would have put the Nikon SB910 far ahead of anything that Canon had. Nikon has been really at the forefront of developing advanced flash systems for a long time. And as a Canon user, I've always been jealous of that. Nikon flashes kind of make the Canon systems look more like expensive toys than anything else. The problem is that this hasn't been updated for quite a while, and with the 600EX RT that's come out, we now have built-in radio triggering and radio control. The SB910 has not been updated in a long time. It doesn't have those features. It only has infrared capability. So yes, I can control off-camera flashes with infrared, but there is no radio triggering system. While the other features are fantastic, given that it doesn't have this ability, it kind of has too high of a price tag. It's a fantastic full-featured flash, don't get me wrong. It works incredibly well, and it's more advanced than, say, Canon's 580EX2. But it's 550 bucks, and the 600EX RT is 500 bucks. And the Phottix Mitros Plus, which again will work on both systems, you can get different flashes that are compatible with each, is only 400 bucks, and it has a radio trigger and radio system built in. So That's why while I put this on this list, I kind of hesitate in recommending it. It's still a fantastic flash, but if you are shooting Nikon, I would highly recommend, at least for right now, either go with a Mitros Plus system or just wait until Nikon updates the SB910. But don't go overloading on SB910s because it's been a while since they've been updated. We're waiting for Nikon to put out their own radio triggering system. And I have full confidence that when they do, it's going to be probably the best thing on the market because Nikon cameras, flashes are absolutely fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about them. So can't wait for that. For right now, stick to these two. Let's head on to the next video.